for almost anybody else.
Ya, DRX versus BiliBili, adik-adik. Lotus Heaven Pro. Kita lihat apakah harapan dari Apak yang satu ini bisa menuju upper bracket ya. Langsung aja. Main default dulu nih mereka nih.
These two teams are familiar with each other. They scrim a lot over in Pacific. And BiliBili can be a team that instantly can frustrate you with the pace that they throw at you, with the weapons they use, they choose.
It's just so difficult to prep against. We saw how it costs fits against NRG in the past. Can DRX handle it just a bit better? Slow start to the round. They're all
Gak tahu tuh, ada yang udah di kiri.
Turret, making sure there's no flame.
Ya, kesekian 3 ya.
DRX or BiliBili getting forced back into this A site right now. DRX has done it with no util at all. Only the cycling of that Viper wall, and that denies so much info for BiliBili. They just walked past the one way.
Ini EMEA style ini adik-adik.
Took all that space and it's caused
Balik Bandung namanya nih.
over here. Rin, first target.
Kena lo.
And he knows now that it's going to be towards this C site. He saw the fade.
He's seeing all the rotations coming through for the defensive side. It's really just K-Knight who's waiting.
Suara hilang, Bang. Bang.
Bang,
suara hilang.
Oh, ada. If they try to push through that smoke, they're going to walk right into Rin's crosshair.
Lari ke B, berangkat. 12 detik loh, guys, gila. Spike-nya. Spike-nya.
I don't know that the spike is going to go down in time, just barely does. But all of DRX drop.
Awal yang buruk ya, langsung aja di check out adik-adik keranjang kuningnya itu ya. $1.000. Spike ya ketinggalan di pintu. Memang susah nih Iron Chat ini. Poinku habis gara-gara fanatik. Semoga bisa top up, nggak bisa minimal 100.000 ya. Kapitalis di sini soalnya.
There, actually, the smoke that K-Knight is throwing down is a lot of a gap into that site. That's why DRX uses it to look to break mollies. But Rin is playing an off angle into his molly for it. So anybody who comes through is just going to get barrel stuff. That's really nicely done. Good details there from BiliBili.
Ace, brother. Boleh, itu tap-tap manjanya ya. Angkat, kayaknya.
Once again, heading back towards C, they've only cleared one of the nanos, and there it is again. It's so difficult to get through this. Buzz is
ya, Basnya kena. Trap.
Then you got the molly out from
Yes juga kena.
So
iya.
clean from BiliBili. DRX not finding any space to work.
Iya.
The bonus in full effect for BLG.
They're getting choked out here on this. Actually, BiliBili on the defense is having more success with. It's really nice game plan out of these two teams.
I mean, it certainly helps when you only have one member on your team that's died. Rain is 9-0 right now. A clean bill of health for almost everyone else.
Fast push now for DRX on this eco. Remember, they lost that bonus, so huge cascade of rounds possible here from BiliBili. But taking this A control is normally a goal for a lot of teams very early, but I think that fear that it felt like they were playing with in the first 2 rounds, at least what they decided on for their own game plan, is limiting them in this access.
Oh, he's just so aggressive. There's not a lot of... Oh, there was a little bit of help. I didn't see there, but the sheriffs from DRX keeping him down for now.
Now that's important here for Bianc to actually try to defend these weapons, and with that Viper wall up, he can do nothing for it. Just going to try to use the timing right there to see if he can catch somebody going for it late.
He's got a haunt. I mean, still full utility.
There's a push coming from the door too.
Masuk ke door kayaknya nih.
They're gonna double peek.
Iya kan?
Got a nice pinch here. Only one weapon has been upgraded so far, and that
belakang!
But the timing from Bianc is gorgeous.
Wah, Bianc, guys. Seperti biasa mengerikan ya. Kang Igel ini.
And now they have to deal with YZ's op coming online. Aggressive already against.
Aduh, OP ini bahaya ini. Ini Kangkang nih. Nih, aduh nggak kena.
He's got to try to get away. Manages to survive without taking any damages. You see a second one come through as he tucks behind, tries to shot, but Buzz from up top with the nade is just too much.
And important here, Rin does not have a second molly. Must use it to try to get YZ in position.
Wah.
He does have a lockdown though.
Buff naga ini tuh DRX.
And honestly, with the way he's been playing, He might be all right anyway. DRX still feeling some of the pressure. They've got what they wanted. They took down the op. They took down YZ. They want to flip the map.
Mundur lagi DRX. Ayo.
Rocket
Masuk
help
Alobe.
take a lot of space here, but with Yosemite and Bianc,
Belajar menyerang.
They've got to be careful, though. I think if they push Yosemite here, there's not much room for him to help. He's got to play his life very dangerously, or he just pushes forward.
Loh.
He gets a kill on the stacks.
Seas comes in to delay as well, so DRX still not making
Anjir.
their way into main.
Kena wallbang kurangnya 1 HP.
Oh, right back into Rin. You're right. Rin
Nice banget.
finally dying at the hands of Buzz. The B side open, the spike planted.
Awas nih si Biang
and
jago.
DRX in control for what feels like the first time, really, all map.
Nice banget timingnya. Ayayay. King Mako nih, 1v2. King Mako di hotel. Ah, ente King.
Yosemite gets a third as BLG gets a 5.
Not at all. There's very little elements of that in terms of the clutches. Sure, it was tilting, but that was it. Here comes Buzz.
Takes a different path, but YZ gets to kill himself.
Okay.
What the heck happened there? Why is he already with 2?
Okay.
Out of reach, the round is done. I don't know how they get into this.
It's a nookie dodge up
Ini udah
high.
dikunci nih guys, gimana nih?
Couldn't get a hold on that rocket.
YZ's got 3 on the round.
Ace lagi nih mah guys.
Another ace on the cards.
Hmm.
4, the ace on the
2 ace ya, udah buset. Diff ini udah diff.
2 rounds out of 6. We've had aces by BiliBili. And
SKR ngepick set. Gubrak. Nah. Ini dia nih satu nih. SKR pick lagi. Gubrak.
K-Knight gets 2. Repositioning on the third. Not able to land, but Yosemite does.
King.
30 seconds
They've
left.
somehow gotten this back to a 2v2. I don't understand. I don't understand how they're going to do it again.
Down A.
It just makes no sense.
Di ulti ya.
And once again, DRX scratching their heads. 2 early kills.
Belum dibuka lagi nih
He's a knight
pintunya.
at the wall. He only has a sheriff. He has to die here. He already has his lockdown. So honestly, the BiliBili players might keep him alive.
Sorti, iya.
That's just more fun. That's just more fun. Yosemite with 3 DRX. Because, I mean, if you invest that here, you're dry the rest of the map. Termi has already called 1.
Face your fear.
Nightfall through, Buzz satcheling forward. They've created some space.
Masa nggak nge-plan ya kan?
K-Knight is already ulted to join the defenses of BiliBili.
Nah.
They're already all here.
This might be the first plant of the game. For
Ini
DRX right now.
ini setting. Lah, Zesnya jauh ya.
Or maybe the pistol where
Yeah,
it
the
just
pistol where they barely got it.
Jauh
Felt like the round
banget.
was already over. This time,
Ini setting.
plenty of tools. The lockdown. They've got the pit too if they need to. Won't invest it here.
Note here, Bianc 1 point
Oke,
away from having the
lagi
Nightfall.
King. Mantap King.
So, from a distance, keeping them back. At least attempting to. YZ detained. He's got to take a step back. You see the pit now in play. K-Knight pushing forward, trying to find anything that he can claim.
Anjir, pede banget yo lari.
Nothing's going to be found, but they've brought enough time for him to
Gila
get
ya.
back online. Bianc's going to be on the tap stacks, dropping him first.
Mati
Nothing
kon.
gonna happen. I thought for a moment maybe
Eh,
they get to half
boleh
and
ya.
something happens, but for DRX to make a run at this, it's been an abysmal start for them so far on Lotus. But somehow, through to disaster, there's an opportunity to stabilize and convert. Or not.
Placing swamp grenade.
Rin is just on a heater, man.
He's been so good. They're going to try to go fast in it again. Nade lands on him, but this time he gets the early kill, so if he falls off...
Anjir, gak kena tuh si Bas. Ya, King Mako.
Traded there.
Boleh.
They finally both fall, and this time the rotations are a little late, but it's not because they
Bokong,
weren't
bang.
proactive,
Dua,
it's
bang.
because they're flanking through spawn.
I don't think that turret was up right now, so
don't
this
think
double
so
flank
either.
could be huge.
The Nightfall, funneling them right into BLG's lap once more. YZ with the showstopper connects onto Buzz. The 3K and the 8th for BiliBili.
It's perfect. Right away. Out of BiliBili. They follow up on what was successful for DRX, and they figure out, let's just push this A site. Push that knife in.
Oke, Jutge, Bren. Jutge Gaming, Bren.
For the twist of that to be their demise. A judge for Buzz this time around. And a heavy lean towards C once more.
And don't forget, because they won a round, they reset the loss bonus, so this becomes a very impactful round for DRX. They kind of have to win.
Oke, Jut game men, ayayay, nggak dapet. Tuh lihat racunnya di mana-mana tuh, kena lagi Mako kan? Mau gimana nggak bisa kabur?
But a 3v3 for the rest of the round. Two members still rotating over. Bianca in a bit of pressure.
Double flank again through the door this time, and it comes really fast. I don't think RB expected it.
Udah sekarat duluan, terus kena snake bite.
Meninggal. BLG trying to retake the site.
Oh, the satchel.
Lah kena sat. Oh?
What is going on? Why is he just satcheled his own teammate there? Gets up.
Gua udah mau ngetawain satchelnya kena temen ya.
It's like he baited his own teammate forward.
Just one round. Really, the only thing keeping BiliBili from a perfect half against DRX, no less. Again, I can't stress the importance of that. DRX looks so good. They went through the gauntlet that was Group D. And people thought, well, BiliBili, yeah, maybe they got the best of NRG, but surely they can't do it again, right?
Oh my goodness, they used the showstopper to clear mound and not to actually execute on the site. Oh, and it gets
dapat.
anyways.
Oke.
That's not supposed to happen.
No.
Dapat bang.
He's gonna respond.
Oke, ultinya salah.
Untung
itu. Si Arby hampir mati tuh. Lightnya bro, mantap. Oke, planting atuh. Ulti planting apa kek? Arby. Nah, boleh. Dua at least. Biar gak sakit amat kalahnya. Aduh. Dapat timing si Biang.
As DRX finally get a second.
Hearing the TP.
Apakah pintu B-nya dibuka ini?
Traded back and they've actually got a really nice bench here. That alarm bot still will be up from RB while they go for this push into it.
They've effectively funneled them into B. The thing is, there's really no
Aduh, sampai masih di
on
the spawn side of
the
things.
A players are not reacting to this.
Harusnya Bas tahu
They're
sih,
trying to take control of A main. Or rotate.
Timingnya, aduh, ayayay.
I mean, Yosemite's gonna pinch him behind him. They're gonna try to funnel the way
Bang,
to panel.
Bang, hanya bang.
There's a lot of trouble.
Bang,
bang. No idea of what's waiting on the other side.
Dapat timingnya Yosemite.
The entire time signals to everybody else exactly what's going on. Nobody coming through heaven. Nobody else through A main. Oh, maybe
nggak di-expect.
Mistake there from YZ.
Yeah, numbers still in favor of the attack side.
Boleh, King Mako.
Rin is weak, 37 HP. The spam out from Mako into the smokes. They're gonna have to pop their way out because RB's already gotten it 3/4 of the way.
Sip.
Finishes the job and gets DRX the
Dapat pistol ini momen tuh balik kali kalau kata Bang Por ya.
5 Bulldogs on the defensive side. Surely you favor DRX in this round. As BiliBili have gone exploring a little bit of 1-3-1 and they fully make their way out. I mean,
boleh.
It's in the hands of YZ and he satchels forward. He gets the spike down.
Gak kena.
Wow. And already success. He's gotten 2 orbs in this round. Rin got the other one. And the plant.
You gotta be careful here. That nade is gonna cause some problems. But
netnya kurang bang. Berangkat. Oke, septik aja.
I thought the nade was on.
They're thriving in this case, and this is it. Big opportunity for them to close out this game. They win the Senti bonus. DRX, while they won't be out, you start to get those power ults. That becomes the win condition.
DRX just dumped so much utility towards A main there to effectively draw a line in the sand and not let him through. And I like that they're keeping some of this space as well.
Set si Mako.
That spray, the jump spot.
Buat presensi terus di A nih nampaknya.
Which means BiliBili needs to go for a second approach here. Plan B. Rotate back towards C.
Second to clear some of the util, yeah. It at least drops the alarm bot. The nano mid is still there.
And that makes it hard. You can't play passive on B anymore. They're still looking for this, spamming down.
I mean, they just invested a prowler towards mid because of that.
And that's 50 seconds. They've gotten almost all the really impactful util down from the KJ. With this smoke, they can continue to look for picks inside the C site. They don't have to commit through this.
He's far up here.
Here's the freeze.
Zaz creeping forward.
Dua orang jangkar apakah cukup adik-adik di sini?
Just a little bit of geometry keeping the 2 players apart.
Ayo, dapat timing. 1, 2. Cukup.
Seems like
Aduh, gak dapet.
Yosemite with another in control for BLG.
Wisely got his nade back too, so allows for this plant to go in, but it's a safe plant. They cannot commit to playing post plant from Mound.
They may not want to.
Oh, dapet tuh RB 1 tuh,
What do you do?
Nempel soalnya kan.
A divided attempt to taking the site back as they approach it from two fronts.
Ayo, ayo,
Tucked in the
kirinya.
corner. Do you check it? Yes,
Boleh.
you do.
1,
Even
2.
fresh, nothing converted.
Satu lagi
Just
King.
gonna have to
Ayo
do
King.
down to a 1v1.
Kamu pasti bisa
Time on
King.
Yosemite
Terus
side,
King,
Macleod
pede aja
playing
King.
swing around
Boleh.
the
Iya lewat
Trying
situ
to find
King.
the timing. No idea.
Boleh. Dapat bonus adik-adik. Ini dia nih, momennya nih.
Huge bonus for DRX, and all of a sudden, for the next couple.
Oke.
I mean, they're still intent on pushing a lot of
Oke,
this
Bas.
towards A main.
Ini dia nih. DRX yang kita kenal guys ya, dengan Phantom Oni-nya.
That's fast. Good reaction from BiliBili.
Eh!
Instantly just pushing on the other side while they lose the other two.
Ditembak kakinya, Bah.
It's so good.
Aduh.
Why is he getting one with the ult? And now the Prowler to push them back even further.
This is the problem here. K-Knight doesn't have the smoke. They're going to try to push it again.
Trying to check both
Oke.
corners.
Kocak juga tuh dikit.
An RB dismisses K-Knight. What else can they find? Why is he and Bianchi here left in this 2v4? You see Buzz trying to satchel the forward. Wise he's gotten one, but it's been traded back.
Aman lah 3 lawan 1. Masa iya sih,
Having to
Bang.
reload and reposition with the Haunt in his lap, and the pressure overwhelming of 3 members of DRX facing you down on the other
Buset.
side.
No way.
A desperate attempt to
Buset,
try to
Kukli
lay
style.
shots. It should
Kukli
not be
style.
connecting, and
Kukli
they go.
style.
Once again, really nice from DRX.
Ya sama siapa? Piper nih.
Pinched.
Big difference
Sama
here.
ya kurang lebih ya defense-nya guys.
They actually tried
Ngeliat
to
tadi
push that
BLG,
power, just not catch
Killjoy
Macleod,
Viper
was making
juga.
noise anyways. They're gonna try to fight for this.
Oh, iya mau di atas anjir.
Sticking around.
King,
This is big.
mantap King.
What a snap onto
Itu
YZ.
dia.
Protocol there. That nade clears the player's A main.
He was ahead of
Gak
that.
ketahuan, gak ketahuan. Ai!
Stack still wise to it. Nicely handled. Aware of the threat, aware of the danger.
Nah, ini bukan pertama kali kita dibikin deg-degan sama DRX ya, tenang aja guys. Aku tetap belip. Nah, apalagi ultinya dari Bas, ya kan?
And that was the spike.
Nah!
The Buzz has been so crispy these last few rounds.
Enak kan lo abisin Iko lagi lu, ha?
And that's it.
Jeduit
Spike
lu,
down
saving
across
di
the
sana.
way. Past the wall. Even a buy down to 600 from Rin. Whoa, all the way.
They've created so much space.
Aduh, dapat timing bah.
Behind all that utility, look at everything
Stex,
gets dumped.
ini saatnya kamu
The
bersinar,
Nightfall,
Stex.
the pit.
Mako got traded too in door. He got a kill. And
Ya iyalah.
if he stayed alive there, all of a sudden you have a 3-way pinch and retake under this pit, which is very devastating. But instead, you have control of door. It's planted for the spam. All they have to do is hold
Apakah
off
RB bisa?
RB's on the flank, and I don't know.
Nice!
The turret didn't see him.
He has a lockdown now too. Not one that you could really
Initiating
use
dong, ayo.
effectively, but if you get
Initiating.
the corner and post it, you have to have a response to those
Initiating.
I mean, there's nowhere else for BiliBili to
He put a
go.
lock
Oh,
on.
this is so well handled.
Aduh,
Look
timingnya.
at K-Knight. Understanding the pressure.
Bas, ayo, Bas.
Repositions, tries to find some space to work behind it.
Aduh, RB jadi bokong.
Those falls as well.
Nice!
Not able to do anything more.
Oke, 3 detik. Aman, Stack.
And
Defuse
Stax
aja dulu,
1v1, he's gotta give
bosku.
up the space to see he's not going to connect. Stax has already gotten it to half.
Setengah hap,
Pulls
berangkat. Let's go!
Stax is good.
Woo!
What a clutch. What a round for DRX. They still have the lockdown from Rin. And again, we're seeing some of the protocols that we've seen.
Satunya
to
di
open
side
the round,
ternyata
the
guys.
satchels to
Nano
clear
Swarmnya,
Killjoy
gue kira di
utility.
water.
But this time, they're committing.
Oke, Yusuf run.
They invest the lockdown. They dump the nade. Buzz again.
The breakdown. Yeah,
Lockdown
look it.
destroyed. Oke, mantap
It was
sekali,
that
Bas.
easy.
Yeah, that's all. That's the reason Buzz is over here.
Terbaca nampaknya adik-adik
Not
ya.
only does he clear out the lockdown, but he gets a kill with it.
Oh, he
Lah,
picked up the
salah ngambil.
spike.
Salah ngambil, Gap.
Just not-
Nah.
Kana, though, managing to avoid disaster, scooping up the spike. And now setting eyes
30
forward.
seconds left.
See that satchel through. Bianca's gotten some space.
Great season. They've confirmed the hit is still going to be on the C site. Nobody tapping the door.
Buzz
Aduh,
in a
aduh, ngeri
position
banget.
to find more value. Just one daring to
Hey!
challenge across the corner, and it is
Satu,
one.
dua, aduh.
Yosemite on the trade, 13 seconds left. The spike still not planted, and DRX still clawing for control.
10.
There's no way Kana
Aduh.
pulls this off, right? This would be a 1v3.
Aman, aman lah. 1 lawan 2 lah.
Mako's going fast with it.
Lari dulu King Mako, boleh. Wih, menang. Masih menang.
Cleans him up anyways. DRX get within 1.
YZ, the judge, is back in his hands. He's gonna get up close.
Alarm botnya ngejar ke hole.
One orb away from having Showstopper online.
Ini lucu banget tuh alarm bot
As they
sekarang.
dare to continue to challenge Buzz in that cross once more.
Oke.
This time it's the second time he gets the kill. They did get the spike.
Sip.
Expecting some of the pressure out from Rin on the flank.
Ayo,
Reads him like a book.
harus nice relate ini.
Time is ticking right now.
Aduh,
3v5. What do they have to delay?
tiga-tiganya bang.
Yes. That's the second gun now being able to be picked up by Bianca, and YZ can get out.
It actually went into YZ's hands. But Zest has already gotten to 3/4 of the way. There's no way to
Nice.
stop him!
Hampir mati
They
tuh.
created so much
Si
space
Jess.
to spawn, they lost sight of the spike.
Mantap.
From DRX.
To get so close.
Mati lu, YG. Gubrak. Enak. Kasih ultinya Bas, boleh. Ayayay, di trade. Aman. Chaos bener nih A-nya nih. Boleh.
This is beautiful from DRX.
It's perfect.
Bener bagus emang, bagus.
Quite literally perfect.
9 rounds now in a row. A fantastic comeback. Now they are in the lead, in the driving seat too. I mentioned Bulldog, Spectres here. And I like this. Continue to hit this B site. This is where the least amount of presence from DRX has been.
Oke.
Bro. There's no
Oh,
way.
buset.
Ult doesn't work.
Masih diperangin terus nih guys.
Doesn't either.
Udah nggak takut, buka badan.
It's something I like to see given success last time. But now that they get shut down here, now that DRX again ahead of that adaptation. Ahead of BiliBili.
Up. Info
What do they
dapat.
choose to go for?
I mean,
Kayaknya aku mau disikat di C, Bang, tolong.
Realizing he's in a 1v3.
Tolong bang, tolong.
Bomb grenade out.
I mean, dude, they're gonna challenge
Air A, tolong.
his life, and now Zest has shown up. Sax is not far behind either.
SKR.
Gotten out onto the
SKR.
side, be able to establish enough control to
Boleh.
get down. I don't think so.
Aduh.
A kill back allows them the space to recover the spike though, especially with the nightfall.
Lah, kocak Yosemite.
And RB not giving up an inch, looking for the second.
Aduh,
Beyond
nice
on the trade.
trade.
Buzz finishes it once more. DRX get to map point.
Si Bangga.
Instead, they're going to go towards
Ini
the
line
side.
apa
They
nih?
are lining
Oh,
up the mollies.
snake
As
bite.
Rob is talking about against Mako. He has TPs to get out of this situation, but Buzz is joining him, and he's getting really close.
He's ahead of this now.
Ih,
Oh my goodness, just barely spotted.
King.
Keeps him alive, and you're right.
Salah, ayayay.
Just barely gets away. What do they do with this pressure though? What do they do with this space? That Nightfall's
Gak
gonna
dicek
get
ini,
so
gak akan
much
dicek.
info.
Ini bukan ranked. Pohonnya gak akan dicek.
30
Throwing the
seconds.
brakes on the round,
maju dia.
pausing for just a moment,
Back to the B site. Big
allowing the Nightfall to subside, and they drop
Kira bakal
it
mati
into
tuh si
their
Jess.
own. DRX dudes, now they have B control. BLG, you've knocked on the first door, it doesn't open. Does the second?
Back to A.
Ketahuan gak tuh ya?
14 seconds.
Si Knight.
There's not enough time here. They've got to find success on this. The openers have to be clean. And Buzz, of course, it's Buzz who's here. And Mako.
Boleh, King Mako.
So do BLG's hopes of
Udah
winning this
klasik
match.
ya. Klasik iya. Iya, King Mako.
13-10 win and a ferocious
Gak main di stage, gak ngaruh adik-adik ya. GG DRX. What a comeback.
One of the best comebacks. Or are you able to use that?
Oke adik-adik,
first half as a
map
way
2
to get
Heaven
back
ini
into
map
this
ikannya
mentally
DRX ya.
tough
Kita lihat apakah
thing
robot
to do.
Korea ini bisa 2-0 ya.
Now DRX with this weird
Gedein dulu volumenya dikit. Biar husu. Nah, berangkat.
This type of situation, we see it a lot in EU. Some tier 2 teams playing it as well in NA. Viper makes it really difficult to actually play into these retakes, especially when you get to this A side of the map. And that's where DRX is going right away.
Meanwhile, it's just Yosemite who's playing here from BiliBili, and he's playing up in heaven. You see, they were concerned with losing control. They had the alarm bot, they had the nano down there.
Oh, wait,
Yosemite
he
drops.
They're mollied off from spawn with the orb up. This is what I'm
Loncat
talking
lu,
about.
Bang.
It's like impossible to get through with just the first wave of util. You have to wait for that second to come through, and here it is.
But again,
Gelo
it's
si YG.
isolated. Rin now
Boleh,
starting to
ayo
put
King
on
Bass.
such a job of
King Bass.
containing them out from
Wih,
late. They just
enak
waterfall
banget
their
loncat
way
masuk
into
crosshair
the
adik-adik. Berangkat.
That already is the first sign of them. As a player, you can stay in this when you've just had such a massive defeat.
No, I can't fathom that either. And remember, the first 2 halves that we've played, bonuses have been converted on. First, it was BiliBili. Second half of Lotus, it was DRX.
Sip!
Can they do it again?
Dapat bonus di sini.
Quite nice.
And Zest is the entry there.
Dry pick
paired up
aja.
with Buzz.
Woo! Ini nih Jack Monster nih. Dengan Oni Phantomnya.
They seem to have forgotten about Lotus a long time ago.
This game might be the perfect game to make it so difficult.
Ih, kagak mati lagi.
And right here in the bonus, I'm gonna do just that.
Yeah, go on, overreact.
Because Mako's on the flank, this round's over.
Nah, mana tuh King Mako di belakang nih. Tuh.
That's what they love in some of these situations. That's what they love to contend with. And I'm looking at a BiliBili
Loh.
who's going to struggle with that fact
Yeah,
over and over.
dapat bonus. Aduh.
In a lot of ways,
Oh, dejavu ya.
if they're going to continue to cash
Sebaiknya
these
kita jangan
titles, it's
gegabah
very
dulu adik-adik.
reminiscent of how BiliBili like to play.
Yeah, drone coming in from backside. This is an opportunity to isolate a fight for Buzz up close. And they miss him.
Oke, gak dilihat.
They have no idea. Is K-Knight aware? Is he expecting Buzz's presence?
I mean, Buzz kind of has to wait for a second smoke here on front
Yeah.
B from either Mako or Rin.
Hindi lobat,
to get out
Cok.
of this situation or use one of his own.
Tembak,
But then
Bang!
Expand.
Right.
If you show your presence, there's the smoke. Finally, you can get out.
He's going to push into it. They both
Oh,
pushed into it at
sip.
the same time. K-Knight tried finding space in that smoke.
Oh, they pitted in, which makes the big threat of them walking into plant, but they're not actually going for it. This dog up short is going to actually give up.
Duanya, Bang.
Yeah, they've got to be careful because BLG have 2 members here, and one of them is YZ with the op, but he's going aggressive. He's going
Aduh,
forward. That's the
Zest
pin
mati.
down. Zest is falling. YZ finds him with the op.
Aduh, ngepek
Paranoia
Bang.
is going to delay even longer. Mako has to take a step
20
back with the
detik,
spike. 18
20
seconds
detik.
left. There's no way into the site.
Yeah, this is overcooked. I don't think they're going to have time to go either. C or B.
RB's the only one with some space, and he's now dropped.
And with the ult as well out of
10
Bianc,
seconds
he
left.
cannot die here. They might have time.
Oh.
And
Anjing,
he
cuek.
does. Can he get the
Cuek.
No!
Iya!
He's going to get it.
Bisa.
How have they made it?
Buset, gila cuek.
This
You can't
could
lose
be.
this one. You
No.
can't.
This could be
Ini kalau
backbreaker.
menang ini.
This could be devastating. Can BiliBili stabilize?
Aduh, jangan, awas,
Can't go past
aduh.
it.
No.
Tembak lagi, Bang. CT-nya, Bang.
Buzz
Oh,
another
backside
one.
lagi.
Not like this.
Berbas.
2v2, Buzz with 3. He's got blades too. He's just
Was
throwing
this?
down on the side.
Oh, enggak,
He's
was
on
this.
4.
Ace.
Can Buzz do it on
Oh!
balls? Mako looking for it. The spam connects. A backbreaking
Ya,
round.
gitu guys ya, masuk
As
darat
BLG
cuek aja.
crumble once
Bunny hop.
more.
That is just absurd. And BiliBili, not only do they have to deal with the fact that they just lost,
Berasa nggak ada orang nih cuek. Mana ada ke cuek tuh. 4-0-1.
so close. Now once again so
Tuh,
close.
0-1 ya.
But they get hit with a
Meta percaya
2v5.
teman namanya.
Oh my goodness.
It was like 0.1 left on the clock when the spike went down. With weapons, the op in the hands of YZ.
Every step of the way, they're expecting the peaks. They're expecting that push. Are they expecting the up down C now?
We haven't seen.
They are, man.
Yeah, that's mad.
Already smoking top C. Deny information, force the op to rotate on a normal passive angle, but it's not normal.
Dude, it's crazy. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Enak.
Oh, no.
Enak. Di-delete adik-adik ya sama King Mako. Ayayay.
It really feels like they have
Itu
nothing left.
ngeding.
Solo duels too there from K-Knight.
Aduh.
Nice from Bianc on the counter. Buzz is weak. Still so much to do. 31 HP left for him, and he's got to hold the side by himself.
Wuih.
And Bianc
Biang.
well may.
Player
Oh.
standing.
A 1v1.
Os Bang.
Another opportunity.
Beres, Bang.
of getting
Kanan,
back into this.
Bang.
And this time it connects.
Satu guys, pecah.
Finally breaking the streak. That was so far back.
Kelihatan
I do
tuh.
like how
Tuh jauhnya.
DRX are swapping up the person who's going up
Ax
with
punya
Buzz
ulti
to
sih.
clear up close B. Normally it was Zest, this time it's RP.
Up, got
RP
your
is a
try.
less risky player to invest in this one. Already used
Ya,
one of his
jatuh.
mollies, and Zest is closer
I've got your
to any sort of impact.
Lah, ini home. Jangan ngeprank, ini home. Home. Apa dari sananya ya?
Information about
Ah,
how
kocak
empty
ini
that
home.
site is.
Yeah, you could tell they were threatening it. But alas, they turned their attention to A once more. YZ, the
Berulah biasa
only
guys jam
rifle in
segini.
hand.
Aduh.
And 2 found.
Down A.
But you see it,
30
paranoia,
seconds left.
concerned about what's coming elsewhere.
Here.
RB is through garage right now.
I don't know that they're out of play. I mean,
Oh my goodness, he is deep.
Recalling my bot.
can they pick up
Dapat
these weapons?
CI.
Can they build a G?
He didn't clear the site, so DRX is gonna have to do that themselves. But RB's in position
Meta cuek,
to
meta
backstab
cuek.
them through their own spawn.
Yeah, but there's really nobody who's going to be there. It's just K-Knight.
Wah, di flank balik ini
And if
pintar
K-Knight can
banget,
win
guys.
this duel out, they have so much control because they've upgraded
Ah.
weapons. They scoop
Ah!
weapons that were left down long, and now there's a fighting shot at this.
It's not planted for spawn either here. It's not planted for RB. Mako has to do everything. There's
He's done-
nobody coming RB's way.
I mean, he's done it before, though. Can
Kawan.
Mako do it again? The fault line. Mako looking to connect.
Oh.
Only 1 found. RB by himself in a 1v3.
Wah,
And the frenzy
ente
from
lah.
a distance, no less.
Bunyi ini
Gets
triple ini.
BiliBili their second.
That right there, you asked how do they stay in this? That right there was how. 2 hero rifles bought. They were still going to be able to buy next round. So dealing with losing that the other.
Are they going to try, again, aggression towards mid? This lineup from beyond, the fact that K-Knight just invested his fault line, why is he close? Oh, it's so well
A
handled.
double peek from mid and garage. Whoa!
So
Whoa.
nicely done.
And that's timed with Bianca's dart landing so that everybody is
Gas aja
trying
nggak
to
sih?
avoid it or hit it.
Right, either you clear it out and then you get sucker punched, or you're lit up like a Christmas tree. DRX quiet on that one as they start to rotate towards A in a 3v5.
Somehow, some way, he's avoiding the alarm bot right now.
Bok, abang.
No way to actually know that it's long. Now get some space. This peek
Aduh, di pick ini mah di pick.
Yosemite.
Aduh.
Just a bit behind.
And that was Marco smoking late because he's trying to get
planted.
space here for Zest.
And those shocks are going to show up late too. And Sax had already cleared out so much. They invest 100 fury.
Aduh,
They've
dua
got
orang.
A little bit of damage done. Sax is going to fall to the aftershock.
Aduh, kena after shock, bang.
As Zest gets 2.
Aman King, gak ada flanking.
Mollies are so good in that orb. He's going to TP past it though. Oh, right into
Ya,
Not
kocak.
too far back too, and right now there's a smoke impeding his view, but they have
Mau
to
loncat nih,
clear
mau
Zest,
loncat.
and they do.
Aduh,
Bianca pushing
galau.
forward. K-Knight with
Aduh,
3
Zestnya
and another
galau.
round for BLG.
Gara-gara step heaven tuh.
Might have started slow. But it might end strong here in
Nice
these last
try.
couple of rounds on the half.
Oke.
And Blades online,
Jut Gegi mang.
wanting to find a way to peek through the smoke. You see the fault line set up for K-Knight too. They're going to pounce on this. They're going to pounce on this because Yosemite's going to get some info early on. And there it is. There's the fault line. And there it is for Yosemite. 2 found. YZ with the
Enak
third.
ya, disetun gitu.
Oh, it was a trap and they took
Buset
it.
dah.
RB's going to have to 1v5 his way through this round.
Oh, Ace ini 1v5, berangkat.
What a spectacular setup for BiliBili.
Wah, ente.
Most beautiful part about
75
that
kah, guys?
is that the Jet's not the one pushing. And maybe even force Buzz into a position. No, it looks like they just want to
Yeah.
hit this B site.
Yeah, the smoke and the flash.
Loh,
Dashing
smoke
out
ya.
with paranoia to follow.
Oh, love that underneath him too. So he can push back into the back of sight. There's that pit I was talking about.
Mako feeling some of that pressure, has to reposition.
Aduh,
They've
aduh,
got
aduh,
Buzz
King,
back
King,
sight.
aus King.
Remember, Marco can always TP out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But is there
shots!
something to clear Buzz?
No,
The
Bas.
plant didn't go down. 15 seconds. They have to
Aduh,
rush
plannya
it.
bang.
Zest is going to have to do it on his own. Buzz gets
Aduh.
cleared out as well. Managing to get the spike down, but you're left in a
Aduh,
5v3.
Oh, risky moment there. Zest was the one who had to go recover
Initiative.
the spike. This
Lock-
lockdown's going to push off the pit.
They're going to have to give it up. And that's going to open up all the sight lines.
He's going to stay, Doug. They're going to try to hold the pit up.
Oh, it's so audacious. He does find 1 kill for it. He's still alive. Oh my gosh, he finally gets
They
cleared out.
reposition.
A 3v2 stacks with both. He's going to have to get it 5 HP.
Aduh, satu lagi bro.
Rin winning
Udah
it.
bagus banget itu stack repostnya, gua sampai gak bisa ngomong.
And all of a sudden, this is
Aduh, nice
very
try
much a
sekali.
game again.
End of something special where BiliBili have made a run at this.
I love that from Buzz, too. It's like he predicted the comeback on
Yeah.
that first map. He said, we're trying to work on having that ability.
Oh, it
Aduh,
worked.
aduh, aduh.
The time invested, remember the long break that they had. If that was their intent, if that was
Ini
their
si
focus,
YZ ini selalu ke atas ini nih kalau ke Chen
job
nih.
well done.
Zest did use a molly here to prevent them from taking backside, to use this, keep this wall up. But BiliBili wants to flood behind it, too.
This is so messy. It's a 5v5 for the
Aduh,
side.
dapat dua bah.
They've left Buzz tucked, but they know he's there.
Wah.
Bianca and YZ. A 2K for both.
Wah,
And RB's now just starting to
Wah.
rotate onto the site. And it's not going to
Ganyang
work out.
kayaknya, bro.
BiliBili with the ever crucial pistol.
The fact that this is already tied is commendable for BiliBili right away, because other teams who lose that first map like that, they crumble. We've seen it before against DRX. DRX against Furia back at Champions. It was a massive comeback to bring it back to OT and win instantly. And that second map, devastating. Here though,
Si Bas main di atas
BiliBili
kelihatan tuh.
still holding on.
Iya nggak sih?
And potentially could take the lead if they win the bonus.
Aduh, dapat satu
Nice
doang.
trade.
Definitely favors the attackers in most cases, but Yosemite down means flanks are going to be possible. Wonder if DRX wants to start to go for it, but without Buzz, usually that's the guy who would go for some aggressive pushes.
Wih,
Mako alone here though. And again, same situation. He's going to make a TP play up close to the orb.
wah
It's the
gelo.
same fate.
TP
Much
ke
like we
sono,
saw
bah.
in the previous round. Stacks pop.
Boleh.
The smoke doing it on his
Aduh,
own.
flash attack udah bagus
They
banget
found the
tuh,
shot.
mantap.
They've kept this very competitive. Brent's gonna have to do it all. A 1v2 RB weak. Waiting for the challenge on the other side, and DRX throw the brakes on it, understanding the onus is on Rain to swing
Sip.
out and make something happen.
Aman.
Zest get 3, DRX take the...
Drone traded by Trailblazer, keeping the space here by Stacks. Well done. And the drone doesn't get info about exactly what's
Let's
on the
go.
other side.
Aduh, di let's go, guys.
Mako denies any more information from
Aduh,
being
aduh,
gathered.
di let's go.
Reach ult though, and they're playing up close. This could be really bad for DRX.
That flash didn't hit.
Look how back he's playing right here to make sure that he's
Aduh,
hitting the
aduh,
player
aduh,
in
di
short.
let's go.
It didn't hit
Wih,
Buzz.
gak kena
Oh my
Bas.
goodness, it didn't hit Buzz. They're gonna check him. No,
Satu.
they won't. Buzz goes unchecked. Stacks gets another. DRX
Sip.
refused.
Dapat dua sih, Bas.
K9 left by himself.
Konyol BiliBili.
The setup man now.
Udah di stun itu nggak ada yang bunuh.
30 seconds left.
He can't.
And Buzz has
Udah
just
posisi
gotten away
mati
with
itu.
the round. Just crazy. He just tucked himself
Malah dapat
into that
dua.
smoke. And once again, a different smoke from Zest.
Nice cover
He's
nih
throwing a
teman-temannya
lineup
berarti
from
guys ya.
spawn at the beginning of the round so he can set
Dari
up on
DRX.
C as well. So spreading.
Get out of
And
my way.
there's definitely not as much nuance here in the BiliBili attack side that we were seeing on Lotus.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
It's a
agreed.
lot harder for them to. Ooh, they're just gonna pop. Maybe push through garage. Yeah, he's going for it.
Enak loh, ha?
Instantly denied by Zest of all people.
Gelo eta.
The hit on
Hey,
the other side falls
kamu
to
kira kamu flex ninja, Bang?
K9. Nice trade onto
So
Mako,
sharp.
but
Beton berangkat.
trying to catch him
Ya.
sleeping.
Apakah
does
ini
not
momen
manifest.
BiliBili
A
ngetiup
cool attempt,
adik-adik?
but
Yeah.
Si makan King Mako. Oh.
Buzz early info. Yeah,
Up.
no damage
Oke,
done to him.
pulang dulu
And this
bosku.
wall actually supports him quite good.
Yeah.
Semok dulu nggak sih?
Just a question of how much
Zes,
gas is left in
naikin
Viper's tank.
wallmu, Zes.
When that wall
Woi,
goes up,
Might not be any.
Zes,
actually.
naikkan
They're-
wallmu, Zes.
fully
Biar setengah
disrespecting
darah.
the wall, the aftershock backside, you hear the
Aduh,
wall
Basnya
goes
kena
in,
recon.
clear Buzz off this area. Mako has joined him.
Smoke lasts forever.
Sip,
Just hold on
satu.
the backside. It's so nice.
Are they
Oh!
gonna-
Iya.
Yeah, they are. They're intent on trying to take the site, and so far, so
Aduh,
good.
kalah perang,
BiliBili
guys.
drop three,
Aduh.
RB left alone. We've seen him in situations like this so often. A 1vx when the round seems like it's done. But can RB inject some magic into a situation where a couple of members are
Wah,
weak?
tidak
No.
dicek ya.
BiliBili with another. Note here, Zest is ahead of this. He's already rotated over. The Molly again. From the
Eta,
Viper,
ala,
plus the
anta.
combos on the flood out from BiliBili, but they managed to circumvent it for now. RB 45 HP.
Mati dong RB.
behind
Oh enggak.
the wall, trying to find some space again. This is madness.
Jess,
Almost
lu
every
bisa
single
nembak,
player
Jess.
is just standing here on the site. There's nothing but smokes and walls keeping them from apart from one another.
Anjing, gila, Cok.
And as
Ini
soon
gila
as
banget.
it goes down, it's gonna be a 1-for-1 early on. Sax looking for another,
Aduh.
but it's BLG once again.
Ayo, King.
Who established control, but
King.
do they know Mako's here? He
King.
can get the round by himself. He's gonna swing.
King.
Despite playing
Whoa.
Mako with 3, and the round is over. DRX.
Kena wallbang.
What do they do to counter this? It seems like they want to set up for a flash out of garage, but
Asik banget timingnya ya, tiba-tiba di one way aja.
Step back on the smoke. You got the fault line set up from K9 for them to dash out forward. You've got the paranoia set up too.
Oh, pit reactively, but there's an ult coming out from Bianca right now. Does he tag anything?
Aduh,
They have
awas
gotten
Jess,
out onto
Jess.
site.
Oke, aman.
No.
Dude, DRX have handled this so well.
30 seconds and they have to pivot. They can't go C anymore.
30
There's no way to
seconds
flush
left.
Zest out.
Aman,
But
setek
they've
masih di
left
A,
Yosemite
guys.
as a
Tenang
trap.
aja. Ke B ini.
Trick.
Ha, iya, aduh, what?
That looked like it was going to be between his eyes. Buzz
Aduh,
sticking
kok
around.
nggak kena sih?
And he pays for it. As
Wah!
Team Labor,
Rata ba?
they roll over DRX. Can Zest 1v4 this? What's the money situation look like? Spotty.
Aduh. Ini kutukan angka 11 ini terjadi lagi ya.
So maybe they take a shot at this. 2 rounds keeping these two teams apart. DRX still with control, the op in the hands of Buzz, but they're going fast towards A. And that's not where they are. YZ with blades.
Aduh, bahaya nih. Berangkat JSKR. Enak. Aduh, satu lagi bang. Hampir 4 tuh.
Every series that guy has game saving multi kills. And it might just have happened again. Buzz and Mako on the retake. Mako's been great. Buzz with the op though is gonna find it difficult to get value.
That's gonna hit him.
Maybe both.
Langsung ke Hell. Dapat dua-duanya. Lah. Oke. Boleh. Sip. Gitu ya.
With the spike, but you see the buy Bianc with the Spectre.
And they've swapped up this wall again, don't forget. The Viper wall in front of B, into garage and down bottom C. It hasn't worked in the past.
Big info itu guys.
3 Trailblazer.
And that's from C-Link. I mean, that thing went far. Drone to get him up close. Mako with the smoke. They're not going to rely on that delay. Remember, they can't without the Viper wall. So Mako maybe has one assist.
Dapatlah 2 nih langsung. Luar.
Hair train and once again the miss, but he somehow dodges it once more, dashing forward. Find space and Mako with 2, but Rin on the counter, punching right back.
Mako was full stunned in that situation. Zest is fast.
Again. Can Zest be the hero for DRX once more?
Just gets the kill and backs off.
Sabar. Tunggu planting. Sabar. DRX selalu sabar.
TP on the other side. Maybe if Bianc goes aggressive.
But you leave him here by himself? No, they're gonna.
Masa nggak closing guys ya?
At least I thought towards C. A reposition to play down long.
Bianc thinks he can play. Yeah, they're playing away from the Killjoy lockdown.
Oh, he's got 2 shocks too.
Oh, where's he?
Rin, where are you headed?
Remember, K-Knight on Lotus was so good at finding the proper spots,
but is so safe.
He's not even using it through B. Too scared. It's not planted for long. Remember, but actually putting that threat in their head.
It is, and he's got shocks, but he's not using them. He's just gonna try to spam through, and RB's gonna be able to hold it the whole way. There was not enough. RB sticks it. DRX survived.
Let's go, robot Korea.
The BLG throw their way in advance.
Ya, masih gacor pick up the Bangkok adik-adik ya. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton.
Semi-final.